Aw, Meep, don't you look excited? What do we have going on? Well, look at what you got going on in here. Ooh, yes, the most luxurious rocket. I don't think Meep will ever be stressed again. So the whole idea of what we have going on here today is to build up the most luxurious rocket and then send out a dupe with way too much morale to settle on a brand new planet. Now, first and foremost, what we have going in up here is a couple of solar panels. Very nice, we need power for all of our luxurious equipment. A couple of beach chairs right up here should soak up a little sun. That'll be nice. And just to feel the rush of what it would be like to be on a real planet, how about a vertical wind tunnel? After you've enjoyed both of those, you might want to settle down and just play a little arcade. All of that should be very nice. Over here on the left side of the rocket is where the more mundane things are, such as a bedroom. Although I think we'll need some landscape paintings inside of here. There, yeah. Oh yes, that'll be much better. And some sort of hanging pot, for sure. We certainly cannot go without a great hall. And then I have a little spot for some storage here, because obviously we're going to need to bring some stuff with us if we're going to go settle on some new planets. Now, we've kind of already taken a look at this planet. Again, we already have stuff here. We should have a robot, but unfortunately that didn't work out last time. However, if you take a look at the star map, there's one more place we have yet to go. This very cold planet over here. Additionally, I know that there's one more planet out here. I've yet to find it, but hopefully we'll be able to find it here fairly soon once we send this thing back out again. Although looking at this rocket, this is kind of interesting because this rocket has 150 kilograms inside of it, so I'm going to try to not deconstruct the carbon dioxide engine. You guys have told me that there might be some ways to actually get this thing to refuel, so if I hang on to that, this rocket here might actually have enough range to visit a planet that's a little bit further away than the other two. Alright, Hassan, let's give this a try. You technically have 6 tiles of travel, so we're going to go 3 out right over here. And we're going to take a look around space. Hopefully you'll see the next planet. Now, you don't have any food, but we did put in an electric grill. So, feel free to make any barbecue. Matter of fact, if I go to consumables here... Oh boy. Ah yes, you should be good. One of the Sweetles is not enough for barbecue, is it? Alright, so let's find another one here. There you go. Oh, he didn't finish, Hassan. Although that does bring me back to this base. Oh, which May is already testing out the beach chair. How is it? Oh, these dupes. Being so productive. Well, if we have a 5-star rocket, we need a 5-star kitchen. So, let's see if we can figure that out. An electric grill, for sure. Should it go up here? I kind of feel like the electric grill should definitely go up here. What do you think? Yeah. Probably. You're putting suntan lotion on your Atmos suit? These dupes. You know what? I like the idea of this spot being where the kitchen is. I think it's a little bit more fitting. We can always put storage and stuff like, I don't know, here. I mean, why even have a storage bin when you could just have an unlimited storage container? Now, I think the way that we can get rid of these rocket tiles, if we wanted to, I think you can actually build over them. So if I just use a normal tile, I think we can do this number. So for those of you thinking that you had to stress out a dupe in order to make that happen, I don't think you actually do. At least from what I've heard from other people posting about it. Alright, so you can see that Turner here is actually applying a little bit of igneous to these tiles. Yep, okay, so there they go. You can actually build over the tiles, and then I think you can deconstruct them. Just like that. And we can get steel out of it. How about that? Ha! Ha! What do you think about that, Meep? Nothing like free, unlimited materials. Yes. Alright, so one thing I was concerned about here was whether or not my dupes would have an issue going through the hatch and getting back out after we've done all this. But as it turns out, it looks like they can run right past it. Ha! Well, isn't that convenient? Alright, Hassan is fully explored out here. Still no planet. Oh my gosh, where do we have to go? Is it down here? Alright, so here's another thing. Right down here under rocketry, I see that there is a rocket control station. Allows the duplicant to use the pilot-operated rockets. I haven't seen an option that allows me to deconstruct this, though. Whoa. Hold up. We need to disable these. We don't have any gas down here. Or do we? I guess we have carbon dioxide, somehow. Alright, so how are we doing on some of these other planets here? Yeah, we seem to be doing alright. Looks like my pip ranch is about ready for some pips. So, that's what we'll do. We'll set down a couple of these. Oh, I seem to be having issues with my pip ranch down here, so I need to set up an incubator, get that thing up and running. Alright, so I got a little work queued up down here. They're going to need to refine a fair amount of gold amalgam into gold, but I think they'll do alright. I think I'll bring in another dupe over here once the printing pod is ready. This base seems like it could use about 3 dupes, and right now I kind of got dupes in other spots. Out in the survey ship, we're trying a little bit more. Still have a ways to look around. How are you doing food-wise, Hassan? You are hungry. I think it's time for some more barbecue. And I don't think we need this refrigerator. It just takes too much power to run. I'm also trying to collect a little bit of the carbon dioxide down here. You can see that I have a lot of it starting to build up in this base. A lot of it starting to build up in this base. I don't need that much carbon dioxide. I'm simply not burning it off fast enough. So I'm trying to pump it into this spot down here for all of my little slicksters and stuff. Although, as you can see, we're already cramped. We have too many eggs. So, now I need to put in a couple of auto sweepers. Of course, this means I need a humongous conveyor line to get that all the way back up to everything else. So this is the critter egg line right here. If you remember that from many episodes ago. So I guess I'll try to tap into that. Ooh, that's expensive. But I was able to clean up all of this water down here and actually get it over into one spot. Ha! So that was good. And that also means I can get rid of this shipping rail, so I'll get some of those resources back. I don't need that anymore. Also, that means I don't need this one. Okay, I feel a little bit better about that. Son, you need to do something besides look through that telescope. There you go. Pick up your food, cook it, run out of power. Yeah, of course you are. Go generate more power. Come on, Hassan, you can do it. Hassan, you're starving, dude. All you gotta do is finish cooking your meat and you'll be fine, man. Just do it, bud. No. No. Come on, dude, just cook. Hassan, there you go. No, you don't need to breathe. Eat. There you go. All right, now get back to work. Find me that planet, Hassan. It's gotta be out here somewhere. All right, so how's the rocket coming along? Ooh, man, it's actually looking pretty good. Somehow we already have oxygen inside of here. Nice. The bathroom, the bedroom, where you're gonna eat, that sort of stuff. Now for the other things. We're going to need oxygen, we have to handle the carbon dioxide, that sort of stuff. All right, so now for our hanging plant, I think we'll go with the mallow seed right there. Or at least just a fraction of the seed, you know. As far as what we're going to do right down here, well, we need to go in, and the liquid needs to go out. And then we need to refine this liquid down. Now, unfortunately, we used to be able to kind of use something like this to control the heat. But we don't have any way to control the heat that I know of. Unless we do something with our own poop. Well, Hassan, you explored yet another place. Still no 6th planet. Come on back. Alright, now how are we doing down here? Ooh, we are moving a fair amount of carbon dioxide. Good, we have like 9 kilograms or so down here. Just trying to pressurize that as much as possible. And then for shipping, we'll use a conveyor loader right down there for the eggs. And anything else that we have down there, ship it out. And we will repeat the exact same thing right up here. Alright, so our telescope rocket made it all the way back here, but unfortunately, we don't have any more carbon dioxide here. So, Hassan, you're gonna have to fly on out of there. We will change your destination right back over here. We have 2 tiles of range, so you'll be fine. Alright, so it's time for a new duplicate. Let's see here. Ooh, starts with super hard digging, increased machinery, decreased athletics. Ah, that's pretty tough right there. But you have +4 athletics. So, you know what? I'm gonna go with that dupe. Avoid 3D, thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter and welcome to the base. I need somebody to actually run the rock crusher and stuff, so that's gonna be your job. Yeah, so your athletics right now, they're -1. But that should actually work out to be fairly reasonable by the time you've skilled up a little bit. So that shouldn't be too bad. Hassan, you're still starving out here. I think we've probably made it to wherever you are. Let's see, is that automatically refilling? No, it is not. However, there was a post over here talking about this very problem. It's a lot of text, but let me see if I can figure it out. So from the looks of it, what we're trying to do here is create some sort of like fuel loop. So it goes in this way, comes out, goes over here. I mean, technically we don't really need it to be like that, but I suppose this way I can expand it. And then do this number, and rather than do it like that, just bring it in right there. I think that's the gist of what they're saying here. That is indeed refilling. Haha. All right, so now if I go back to this planet right here, that means I'm going to need some more carbon dioxide up here. Currently I'm using this to make sure that I don't have too much inside my base. Pretty useful. But I need to be able to refuel the rocket so that I can continue to explore out further from somewhere. Where do I go? I suppose I can go right here. Or I fly out from Vin. Maybe that's where I gotta fly from. Plenty of carbon dioxide over here. Jeez. And I think this base even has its own little liquid lock. The teeny bit of salt water right there. How about that? That seems to be working. All right, so let's try to build up just a little bit of a rocket pad right here, just for the sake of refueling. All right, so let's take a look at our rocket again. Ooh, looks like things have come along nicely here. I will need to deal with the carbon dioxide, and I don't think I have an oxyfern. But the thing is, I don't really want to use up any water. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and put a carbon skimmer down here. We take in a little bit of water, get rid of the carbon dioxide, and we just filter it back out. I think that's the right way to go. Now, here's where I have another trick. Just learned this one. You may have noticed it right down here. How did I end up with this gold amalgam tile? Well, once again, I was watching over here, and as it turns out, it looks like you can build doors like this, and then when you go to deconstruct them, you'll be left with a normal tile for some odd reason. Why? I have no idea, but I think my pips are going to love it. So what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to try to build up some tiles so that I can have a pip ranch inside of our luxury spaceship here. That way it's self-supplying. We get our food, the pips are happy, they can, go and take over the universe. Everything is as it should be. So to make that work, what I'm going to do is just dig out those tiles. That's where one piece is going to go right here. And then a tree is 3 wide, so we'll do another one right here. Oh yeah. Mostly if we just keep going down here, that should work. Hassan, whoa. I guess you have plenty of food. Yeah, I was telling you to go out there, but you haven't launched for a while. There you go, go do it. You can see that I have the fuel recirculating now, so hopefully this will work out. I probably made it a little bit larger than it needs to be, but the amount of pipes I have going on is not helping my headache. Oh, nope. I don't even, where's this going? I don't know. Oh, I get it. That's coming from down here, which is flowing over here. How is this still not full of carbon dioxide? Oh, but hey, look, what do we have down here? We have everything we need. Critter eggs. Slap them in there, although I gotta be careful here. I want larva eggs to go in there. And then right down here, we need a larva egg to come out of there, to go to there, to go to here. So they end up right there. Now here's the thing. I don't really know if I need molten larva eggs. At this point I got crude oil, and I've melted my liquid pump somehow. I was about to say I've hooked this up to where it can actually flow back through, but as it turns out, things have gotten too hot inside of there. It's probably has a lot to do with the gas finally heating up. Well, let's see if I can fix it. All right, so I've repositioned Hassan way out here. Hopefully we can scan a little bit more space. I'm guessing if we kind of look from our center spot, technically our planetoids should be spaced away from this one. So our last planet, I don't think it could be around here because that would be too far away and too close to this planet. See how these are about 4 apart? I think there's only 2 possible spots where this planet can be. It's either in these 2 tiles here or that tile right there. I think it has to do with how the map is procedurally generated. So, we scanned everything else. It's got to be out there somewhere. Status check. Here's what I got going on. On this planet right here, trying to get these pips up and running. They are currently doing all right. I've positioned arbor acorns inside of storage bins over here, so once I get enough pipsqueaks, I'll actually deliver them to the critter drop-offs. It should happen right here. That way, once they grow up into an adult, they should plant it somewhere. I'm not really worried about the spacings. We'll figure that out once we get there. Not a big deal. My survey ship is all the way out here, fully explored. Revealed a couple more tiles out here. Still have yet to find this last planet. Darn it. We should have enough fuel, though, to get back here, so there you go, Hassan. So I'll swing by this planet here. We'll pick up just a little bit of carbon dioxide that we've built up. And hopefully that'll be enough to then bring me back to Sludgax, which I can then take all the way out here to Vin, which will hopefully by then be built up so that I can fly out from Vin and start scanning the space around that planet. Now back to our 5-star rocket. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to build in tiles like this. And I think we'll deconstruct those buildings as well. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put some manual airlocks right here. We'll make those out of copper. Copper is soft, so we should be able to have a pip plant an arbor acorn inside of them. Alright, now for some odd reason, when we go back and deconstruct these buildings, we should be left with a tile of copper right down here at the bottom. Let's see if it works. First up, this one over here that isn't fully enclosed. Nothing, the copper moved out to the left. This one with nowhere else for that copper to go. What? We shall fill this rocket with all the exploits. Sorry, Clay. I don't know how this one happened. Alright, so while we were building natural copper tiles inside of our rocket, our survey spaceship did make it back to the 3rd planet. And we do have well, technically we have enough fuel, I think, to make it all the way back. Because of how things work, you only need 1 tile range to go 2 tiles. Look, if things don't make sense in this episode, I'm sorry. It's just the way things are. But what I'm going to do inside of here, since we are here, I'm going to go ahead and pick up some arbor acorns so that we can bring this back and populate the other ship. So we'll set that up just like this. We'll bring back some acorn seeds, which I guess we might already have on Sludgax somewhere. So maybe I don't need to pick them up. And then we'll move our little pips from right here down there, and then we'll have them plant from right to left. And I suppose I didn't need to go this crazy with all of the different copper ores, because I'm going to put a grooming station and a critter drop-off over here. Alright, Pip, you now know that there's something inside of that. Alright, Pip, you can make it all the way over here. You know you want to. Yeah, it's figuring it out. What are you going to do now? You're going to plant it, aren't you? Nope. Never mind. Guess we only have 1 seed. Come on, Pip. You know you want to. What are you doing? I'm trying to think of how I want to run oxygen inside of this place. Something like an electrolyzer would produce a lot of oxygen, but I'd have to take in water. And I could heat up the hydrogen before I burn it off for power or something like that, and then create like a heating and cooling loop for this whole thing. My other options are just to use a terrarium, which would allow me to kind of take care of some of the carbon dioxide. And it does produce polluted water, which can then be recycled back around and around. So it only uses 10 grams of water. Alternatively, I can make this kind of simple and just go with an oxygen diffuser. And that produces oxygen at 30 degrees Celsius. So considering I just have 1 dupe, I think that's probably the easiest way to go. That'll allow me to have a reasonable temperature inside of here, and I won't have to worry about all that. Although I have a feeling that these batteries are going to get real hot. So part of what I'm thinking about is where do I want to put the oxygen? If I put it up here, when they go to run the vertical wind tunnel, they'll actually pull in air from down here and push it up top. So if I produce oxygen up here, the flow could go down and then back around every time we use that vertical wind tunnel. I end up kind of circulating things around, which I think might be the right way to go about it. So I'll use airflow tiles right here. That'll create kind of low pressure. And we can do the same right there. So everything just kind of goes whoop, just like that. Now this will output polluted dirt, 200 grams per second. This will use up polluted dirt with a little bit of power and produce polluted oxygen. So I have a second way of producing oxygen right here. However, that needs to be filtered out. Otherwise we end up with polluted oxygen inside here, which isn't good. So we'll prepare for that. Here's what I'll do. Kind of do that number right there, and then I'll put in an auto sweeper, which should have range to go from this spot to that spot. Boom. And we can take care of it. Maybe the right idea is to produce this down here. I'm noticing that this pip does not want to plant the arbor acorn in the copper ore. I'm wondering if it's sensing a plant from somewhere else. Like what happens if I were to do like a harvesting overlay, huh? Don't know. Can't see beyond this. But usually they won't plant if there's other plants around, which is kind of interesting that they're not doing it there, because they should plant inside of copper ore. There we go. Now I have a great hall, washroom, stable, bedroom. Things are looking good. All right, so time to bring this rocket back to this planet, refuel it, and then bring it all the way up here to Vin. I wasn't able to pick up any seeds. I guess I'm using them all for the other ranch, which is, I guess, fine. So now if this is going to work correctly, I should see this rocket land here and then automatically be refueled. There we go. It's now landed and it's refueling. Okay, so that's working. Nice. Look, our pip did plant it. All right. Ha! Nice. And as far as our oxygen, I hope everything is sealed up. The airflow tiles actually do not vent into space. So, in case you're wondering, even though they kind of look like they would, normally I put wallpaper behind them so that I don't get a bunch of comments about it. But no, we should be able to build pressure because those don't actually vent to space. All right, so for right now, let's go ahead and disable that. I don't really want to use up all the oxygen. I don't want to use up all the algae if I don't have to. Actually, rather than using a carbon skimmer, I would actually like to use an oxyfern if that was possible. I wonder if I have any oxyferns I could just plant down here. Let's find out. I built this rocket here, but unfortunately, I'm like right up against space. Well, what do you think about that, flying space pip? Pip. You messed up. Darn it. I was trying to avoid cooking the top of my base. Successfully did, but now I don't have enough space in space for my space rocket. Well, delete and try again. Hassan, why are you sleeping up here? These dupes. Seed. Oxyfern. I should have a few of these. Errands. Oh yeah, a couple of them. Ooh, lucky me. Aha, there we go. Now, go do your thing, Pip. There you go. 2 seconds left to live, and you planted up the oxyfern. We'll never forget you, Space Pip. Good job. Although it looks like May wants to eat you, so yeah, there's that. All right, so it looks like I finally have this platform built up, which is awesome. Little do you guys know that I've been at this for about 3 hours, plus an additional hour while I was just kind of initially planning this out before I started recording. You guys wonder why it takes longer for me to produce videos once we get further into the series. It's simply because the game takes longer to play. So let's go ahead and take my scanning rocket, and we're going to set its new destination over there. So let's go ahead and set that up here, which it should have enough range for, right? Maybe? Whatever. So once we land here, we should refuel, and then I can fly out to around this planet and then try to find that last planetoid. Now, as far as our luxury rocket, This bad boy's been under construction for 4 hours, at least. Maybe more if I don't want to admit how long it's actually been. Just so you know, it takes a long, long time to build up things like drywall because each one of these is 400 kilograms. Like, there's a lot of stuff. But if we take a look at what all I've put inside of here, we got a bedroom, very nice. We have a great hall, yes. Washroom, stable down here for our pips. We've got a couple of oxyferns down here, so once we get a little bit of carbon dioxide, that'll be real nice. Once that arbor tree grows, we'll be able to sustain some pips inside of here, which I don't think this one is going to make it, unfortunately. So I'll need to pick up a pip to kind of resupply this. And we've got... Ooh, this should be a recreation room. Why is it not? Recreational building, no industrial machinery, decor items. Oh, missing decor item. Oh, okay. There we go. We'll throw one in there. That'll be real nice. There's definitely some more room to do some other things, but I do have an automated electrical grill going on up here. So once we cook it, it should drop the stuff down here, then that's going to pick it up and put it inside the refrigerator. That should be running, so that'll be cool. One thing I'm going to need is a pump for the Atmosuit dock. So I'll have to figure that out. Alright, so I'll do that number, and then we will put oxygen inside of there, self-filter it. If it's not oxygen, it's either going to be polluted oxygen or carbon dioxide, so I'll pump it right down there. Ha! Oh, okay, hold up. But I need a way to automate that pump. Otherwise, it's just going to keep running, which I don't want to have happen. So automation... We will go down to the gas pipe element sensor. There we go. And I think we'll take the knot of that. So what I'm looking for is for this to not detect oxygen. So if it doesn't detect oxygen, then it will run. All right. Hey, look at this. Our rocket should be landing at a new planet. There we go. And we're fueling it up. Excellent. Who made a mess? Hassan! No! Oh, no. Oh, no. I forgot about that. Let's go back to all. We'll bring in another bit of dirt here before we continue out. There we go. Are you guys going to steal all my barbecue? You punks! No! Not the barbecue! Alright. Hold up. Crew only. Everybody get out of here. We got the food. Let's go. Gene, you might want to move. Like... That's not going to be a good spot for you. Oh, well. So, we can travel 3 tiles out. 1, 2, 3. I think I can actually go all the way out here. It's probably not necessarily. Let's not risk it. So, if we go on out there. Okay, we have everything we need. We launch it up. Like I said, you might want to move. I know, it's a little hot. It's rocket exhaust. Terrible spot to be. How about you just go anywhere else? Or not. You could just stand there. That's fine. You do you, Gene. Did they take... they took our copper ore, Hassan. You believe that? Now you're going to have to rip down the electric grill just to build a telescope. There you go, Hassan. Build up that telescope. Get to looking around. Actually, could you put your suit back on? Boop. There you go. Alright, so here's how this is working. What? Those are 1 kilogram packets. How? What? Once again, having that weird thing where it seems like the pump's moving 1 kilogram packets. Okay, yep. Anyhow, bringing in oxygen from the canister emptier here, you can also see how the oxygen is flowing through this pipe. So right now, since we're just trying to fill this up, what I'm really getting out of this is pulsed energy, just a little bit of pulsing. And we're not running any of the batteries. Everything here is just running off of when the solar panels are active. So once the sun goes down, things don't activate. That might actually be one way to keep for me, you know, if I'm clever about that, I might actually be able to disable the batteries during the day and only enable them at night so that they don't produce heat all day. Endless amount of tricks we can do in here. You know what? I gotta try it. Forgot about all the oxygen that might vent. Oh well. Too late now. Oh, there we go. See, now it's doing 500 grams. Alright, so here's how I have this power system hooked up. I have 2 cycle sensors right here so that during the peak power production, which is during the day, I close this for just a little bit and we'll charge up the batteries. So if I do, let's say just 2% and I line it up just like that, you'll see that that will go high for a moment. I'm taking the knot of that. So that'll close the doors, and that's when these batteries will charge up. Now it's only when these batteries are actually active are they producing heat and stuff like that. So once it goes deactive again, you can see that they aren't giving off any heat. Or they shouldn't be. Yeah, the temperature is actually going down. So then it's active at night once the solar panels have lost their power. Right. However, what I have noticed here is that we don't have enough power to run the vertical wind tunnel, because these things simply don't produce enough power. So maybe I need a duplicate motion sensor to activate a battery so that I can run the vertical wind tunnel. Why not? Hassan, what's going on, bud? You're so sad. No! Buddy, just use the bathroom, dude. You can do it. Oh, no. Yeah. Come on, Hassan. Oh, no, it's been fully explored? Did you find any? Ah, crap. How much fuel do we have left? We still have 100 kilograms. All right, you're gonna go one more tile out there. Come on, Hassan. Oh, where is this planet? Now you're telling me you don't have enough food, Hassan? Oh, gosh. Hassan's losing it. Oh, I unequipped Hassan's suit. And look at all this water. Hassan, your tears were puddling up inside of your suit. As far as I could tell, they were relatively cool as well. Fully explored? Are you kidding me? Alright, Hassan. Well, Hassan made it back, at least to Vin here. So that's fairly close. The thing that's really kind of frustrating me a little bit is the fact that I even have an extended range rocket, a rocket that is going further than it possibly can, and I still can't find this last planet. Like, this is taking a really, really long time. I hope whatever they do to kind of allow you to scan out further in space becomes a little less tedious. Because while it was fun at first, it's getting old pretty quick. On the flip side of that, man, have we found a few key little tricks today. All of them pretty much exploits. But yeah, building up your own little tiles here, that's pretty awesome. So I'm able to grow up an arbor tree. How about that? And how to fuel in a rocket how to fuel up an atmosuit station right here. That works pretty good. I like that one. This little trick with the smart batteries seems to be working out pretty good. Of course, I'm still waiting on my dupes to build up this last bit. I seem to have run into some weird power problem here where everything doesn't have power despite it, even though it should have power. It's as if this power transformer has forgotten that it's a power transformer. Very weird. All of a sudden, just kind of gave up. Nothing standing out as to why that wouldn't work. And another nice thing is we were able to get the rockets to refuel themselves. So, kind of a mashup of an episode. I was kind of hoping to get a little bit further and have this off and flying, but criminy, this has taken so long to build. I'm just gonna have to cut it here and we'll explore it next time. So at any rate, that's all I got time for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.